Good Tuesday morning, and welcome to Ice Age TV, internal combustion engine age YouTube channel that talks about all my cars and trucks and SUVs, the motorcycles, the dogs, the camper, the kids, the kayaks, the boats, the weather, the attitudes. Oh wow, what a beautiful Tuesday morning here in the Northern Virginia area. I tell you what, I've been working my butt off on the property, trying to get my house back in order and other things. Hey, good Tuesday morning there to all those that subscribe and watch my channel. Appreciate all the support, all the help. Yeah, I need help, don't I? And all the adventures that you like to share with me as well. So here at the shop on the usual morning conversations that I try to keep going on a Monday through Friday daily routine, which is very challenging. And I'm trying to get a little more creative on my channel to just to kind of maybe give me a little breathing time on my talking the whole time. And I got to think to myself last night, why don't I do the rewind? Why don't I start digging up videos from now 4 years ago of how I got my channel going and how initially you never even saw me. That's a fact. In my initial beginning of my channel, I don't think I even showed my face. I just showed you my cars and trucks. And then if you look at all the scenery, I didn't have as many vehicles. So you go 4 years ago, it was a different YouTube channel in so many ways because I didn't do a daily conversation. It was just really all about the cars and trucks and motorcycles. And it wasn't really a personal level of just talking like I do each morning, which I slowly evolved to that. I guess like 2 years in or so, I guess it kind of be the way I would say that was the time frame. So anyway, so in this video this morning, you're going to see me disappear. Then you're going to see me videoing my Mustang videos of how I kind of got the YouTube channel to go and grow. And that's what you're going to see this morning. So you won't see me talking a lot this morning because I have too much on my agenda. Look at the magnolia tree. If you wonder why I'm walking this way, it's because this gate opener, what a fiasco. I'm just stupid. I mean, I'll just plain tell you I'm stupid. I spent hours yesterday replacing this gate opener. The Mighty Mule, I bought it, and I've done these things since this is at least my third or fourth gate opener since I've lived here. So I put in a whole new light sensor, which that took care of the light turning off. Put in a whole new Mighty Gate board and arm, and it just drives you nuts because the instructions make no sense on how to set the limit on how far it opens. And I'm just like, oh my gosh. So then it says, do you have a push or a pull gate opener? So you think to yourself, push or pull? What the hell is push or pull? So what it means by that is technically this arm is all the way extended out to have my gate closed. So to open it, it's got to pull it. The arm has to pull itself in to open it. Versus there's other style gates that the arm is all the way in, and the way the gate opens is it pushes the gate out. So I have a pull type of a setup. But when you go in to set the limits on how it closes and it stops, I can do that flawlessly. But when it comes for opening it up and setting a limit on how far it goes, I can't accomplish it. I tried it so many times. It drove me nuts. So I'm going to have to call Mighty Mule and talk to a person on the phone and go, how do you set the limit to this thing to stop from continuing to open, and it stops? Oh my gosh. And then it's a whole new technology where you can't put in your own secret code on your dip switches to program the your fob, basically your gate opener. So now I'm going to have to get every one of my gate openers, and I'll have to go over to that board and reset every opener that I have to communicate with that computer board to get it to then operate. You know how many freaking gate opener things I have? If you look at all the Home Link vehicles and all the spare other, oh my gosh, this is a major undertaking. If only I could rewind whatever happened to that gate on the Saturday adventure to the airport to get my mother-in-law, my wife and kid, on what happened on my property. I do have video but the video would have turned off the minute it happened. But I don't know. I just haven't had time to go deal with that. So what I thought to myself today, the word of the day could be the rewind conversations, because that's kind of how we operate in life. And one of my favorite Sirius XM radio stations is Classic Rewind. I'm sure a lot of other people like to listen to classic music, and so Classic Rewind is one of my more in tune stations that I listen to on a regular basis. So what can you rewind? I'm sure so many people in life could say, boy, if I could rewind this or rewind that. Yeah, it's always a constant. Your brain is like a broken record. It rewinds the same old thing, and that's the challenge in life, is breaking out of that rewind of something you had happen to you, and you just constantly have it rewind through your head of what happened. If you're a married man, you know the wife can rewind about every single thing that you've done wrong in your life. Who doesn't know that story? So Kiefer, you're not going in, because you're just too much work. Go on, Ginger. Go on. So anyways, everybody up there? Yeah. So, all right. So now, yesterday I made a statement that, doing this morning conversation is so much effort, so much work, the continuing laboring of how others seem to make these incredibly successful channels and blah, blah, blah. And so if you reached out feeling like I'm going to quit my channel, no, I never said I'm going to quit my channel. What I said is I'm going to reevaluate how I do these morning conversations, and how can I make it more successful? How can I have a different angle? Or is it just maybe I don't do an everyday morning conversation, and maybe I do just throughout the week I do conversations here and there, and I'm going to continue to show you my antics of all the things I do and all that. So I'm not quitting my channel. You're just hearing me say, is it worth all the efforts daily to make a morning conversation? So I don't know. Like I said, I don't know. I kind of got mixed feelings. But what's really intriguing is last night, and I couldn't get on YouTube, I couldn't get these videos that are now 4 years old to download onto my phone or my iPad. And that's just kind of befuddling, because that's disappointing, because I was going to take those videos and cut them up and get creative with them. So I literally had to hold my cell phone in front of my iPad to give you content. So look at my original videos of how I got my channel kind of going back in 2020. And it was the GT500 that really kind of got the channel, I think, kind of the attention and kind of got things going. And so anyways, it is kind of intriguing that I can't download these videos that are now 4 years old. You can watch them, but you can't download them. So, and I kind of just went through and then would just stop making the video, then make another one and another one. And the video quality may not be the best, but it's just me trying to get creative with my channel. But here's what's really interesting is, back in 2020, I had 100 subscribers, 200 subscribers, 300 subscribers. It took me a long time to get to 1,000 subscribers. And what's really interesting is to look at, even when I was very small on the channel in the YouTube world, it's just kind of befuddling. I talk about this all the time, of what I think it's the scammers and the fakers in the YouTube world. I just never realized. And once again, I'm not here to complain about the me not making money like others make. That isn't the point. The point is I'm just befuddled on how others get their monies, and how it seems to me that just doesn't add up on how they get all these views. I see an individual post a video, and within 45 minutes, they have 2,000 views of just a conversation of the banking crisis looms ahead of us. I mean, sincerely, this morning I got up and I said, I have facts that the banking crisis is going to get worse. And I started talking about this morning, and that's my 15-minute video. And then I turned it off. And do you think I'd have 2,000 views? That just is like, and then over an hour's time, it goes to 10,000. And then over the day progresses, it goes to 70, 80,000 views. Over me just making a statement that the banking crisis is ahead of us, which has been talked about for the last infinite years. So anyways, the point is, with my channel only having a few hundred subscribers, the same amount of hits were hit on my videos as what now I am with 12,000 subscribers. Does that make any sense? So you have to kind of step back and think about that I post a video on my GT500 and of me buying a new GT500, and I only have at that time probably, I would say, 100 subscribers, maybe 200, and I got X amount of views on that video. But yet here I am 4 years later, over 4 years later, and I have 12,000 subscribers, and I have a Dark Horse video, and it's the same number. That makes no sense to me. That's why I start to scratch my head on all this work I do for YouTube, where you just start to think to myself that Borderline is a scam. Borderline, YouTube is making so much money off of my content, and how they direct the others, we've talked about it numerous times. So once again, it's just look at those videos and prove me wrong, but go back on my channel and look at the real video, because you'll have to do is type in Ice Age TV GT500, and you'll see those videos, and look for the amount of people that watch those videos when I was not even known in the community, and I only had maybe 100 subscribers. Now, the downside is when you see these videos populate, it'll show 12K subscribers. Well, that's because it's a present day, you're looking at my active channel, but you're now going back to 4-year-old videos. So it's the rewind day, and that's what I say. I figured I'd just kind of get creative, and it can kind of get boring to a degree, but I just wanted to show you how it kind of got going. Love to hear the input, and I'm going to leave it at that, and then I'm going to say something before I finish it up, because now it's going to look like you go and watch those videos, and then I'll say goodbye to you for the morning. Feel. You literally feel when you come off the pedal of this thing like you're driving a stick-shift car. Now when I picked this up the other night, I didn't get to leave the dealership till like, I don't know, 7:30. It was dark, and just haven't had a chance to drive the car since I picked it up this past week. Now today is a perfect day to take her out, get some miles on her, and it's interesting, Ford's manual states that not until you're at 100 miles can you really get into this. They don't recommend that you run this at higher RPMs in a lengthy time frame, but it does kind of have the wording in there that you can really open this thing up, but just don't do it for any lengthy time. And of course, they're recommending that it's not really to about 1,000 miles until you really start tracking this car, which that's kind of interesting too. I don't know, with all these videos out there of this car hitting people, it seems like a lot of people are taking things right to track. And already on these forums, I'm a big Hellcat owner. We've got a Charger and Challenger Hellcat and a Red Eye Hellcat. A lot of the Dodge guys are inquiring about, do you hear the whine of this supercharger? And I really haven't had enough time behind the wheel yet to hear it and to really actually kind of get into her. For each manufacturer, we got the Hellcat Charger, got the GT500, and the Dodge Red Eye, aka Demon motors in that car right there. 797, 760, and 707 right here. Let's listen to them. Which has the most obnoxious exhaust? Let's find out. Today is the Hellcat day, or I should say the Red Eye day. So I've been driving my Mustang now for, I don't know, the past week. And I haven't driven my Red Eye in actually quite a while. It's kind of in the winter months. So I'm going to give you some impressions from my GT500 to my Red Eye. Which already this car just feels so different and feels awful powerful. So I'll kind of share you some of my thoughts. I drive down the road here today as I rest the GT500. You give it another 10 years and this will be a thing of the past. Maybe 20. The Ice Age. Combustion engine age coming to an end, huh? I don't know. Out on the open road to Hellcat Red Eye, and she is more of a comfortable ride, which I think some would kind of know that. Not as noisy. I don't know if you'd say she's less choppy. GT Mustang definitely has a lot of it. Some people feel like it's too much jumping around in gears. But the 7-speed GT500, it definitely has more of a interaction with you as you downshift. And the Hellcat, it just doesn't really have that, I don't know, fun factor downshift, which I got a good little supercharger. That supercharger is sweet. So that's where kind of the Hellcat outdoes the GT over the downshifting. So yeah, I can sit here and kind of gripe about the Hellcat not doing the downshifting. But at the end of the day, that whine and that supercharger is just sweet. Picking up my brand new Bullitt. Just picked up my new Bullitt and getting a feel for the new 6-speed tranny. She's a 2020, 28 miles on her. First, this really is a smooth transmission. Don't have quite the exhaust. You got that GT500. You know, we'd understand that, but just kind of giving a difference on the different style driving and characteristics, being that I've got the GT 10-speed auto, I've got the GT500 7-speed DC2 Tremec coming up here on the highway. Got our 4th gear. Remember, it's break-in time, so nothing crazy. 5th gear now. She pulls really good, real strong. 6th gear. Be interesting in the gearing. So I'm in 6th gear, under 70, and I'm hitting about 1,800 RPMs, I'd say. Not bad. This feels good. One thing I noticed immediately is these seats. Since I've got the GT500, definitely a more comfortable seat. These aren't the Recaro seats. So, but I don't want the Recaro. They're just too, they body hug you way too much. And after an hour or so riding around, in my opinion, you're kind of get worn out with that. Now, if you're a really petite individual, I think the Recaros work really well. And it's not criticism. It's just kind of a bigger guy. Now, this car comes with the MagneRide, which I highly recommend if you're in, you know, the money-wise, financially, you can afford the upgraded MagneRide. On the Mustang, I would definitely try to get that. It does make a big difference in the way the car feels. Is it a deal breaker, the fun factor? No, but if you have something that's really interesting on the Ford products, and when you buy the trucks and the SUVs and the cars, the steering wheel layout is always different. You know, I own the Dodge vehicles and the Jeeps and the Rams, and those vehicles, it's exact same layout for the most part on how you control things. It'd be interesting to see if this car does better than my 10-speed Auto GT, because this car has a gas guzzler tax on it. Since, whether you realize it or not, if you have a sedan vehicle, a coupe vehicle in this country, and it doesn't get better than 18 miles per gallon, you got to pay a gas guzzler's tax. So this vehicle had a gas guzzler's tax of $1,000 added to the price because it shows a combined fuel rating of 17 miles per gallon. It's Bullitt Day, Mustang Bullitt Day, and I don't have a lot of miles on this. And one of the reasons I'm videoing right now is I'm curious to who else has the stick shift GT Mustangs and what's their average fuel economy. Because I paid a gas guzzler tax on this car, and I'm just blown away that this car is well geared as it is. And there's even a video out there about how this car is kind of not geared to its advantage, meaning you can really run this car up at high RPMs, very low RPMs, or high speeds at low RPMs. I'm just wondering who out there is getting 18 miles per gallon or less, because for coupe cars, it's 18 miles per gallon or more, and you don't have a gas guzzler tax if it's 18 miles per gallon or less. So basically, if you're at 17 miles per gallon in a coupe car, you're going to have a gas guzzler tax on it. That's the EPA standards from my understanding. Maybe I'm wrong in that, but I'm pretty sure I'm accurate on that, being I have the Hellcat cars and high performance vehicles, and I see that gas guzzler tax when I buy these cars. So just curious, anybody want to interject on that? Why did I pay a gas guzzler tax when this car doesn't seem to be that bad? Dang it, I just stalled my car. Can you believe it? What gear am I in? Maybe I'm in third gear. Now, I haven't driven this car a lot, and the downside to this car is you gotta drive 1,000 miles before you really get into it. Now my GT500 is 100 miles. So I've never really have just nailed this thing to the hilt, but I already know from having my GT Premium 19 Mustang 10-speed auto that car is faster than this car, just from the specs on it. Hey, here's an idea. Let's listen to the exhaust. So here's the GT, or I should say the Bullet. Let's listen up here. If the kid can get close enough. Let's put the seat all the way up because I sit so far back. All right, now let's hear the Challenger. And she's got to put her seat all the way up. I know that exhaust so well. I've had these cars so long. All right, follow us along. All right, jumping in the Bullet. You know, I just want to say GT. You know, I used to have a Orange Fury GT Mustang, which I really did like, but you can only come to closure to get rid of that for the GT500. My GT500 30-day, tags are expired, and the guys never got the damn tags to things. So I figured I'll change it up today, and I'll drive my Bullet. So here we go. So the first thing is, reverse is up here on the left. The Challenger is up here on the right. So here's the first thing that's different. And then this shifter, Dodge should have put a short shifter in the car. I don't understand why they did that. Dodge should have put an electric brake, or a hand brake, because you have to do that 4-pedal thing. This is a 3-pedal. So let's see here. Now, one thing I didn't ever know about this car, by these manuals, was the gas pedal of this Mustang. The car accelerates so you can let the clutch out. You don't have to actually touch the gas pedal. It's kind of interesting, if you know what I mean. All right, here we go. So yeah, I'm not even touching the gas pedal. If I had a camera down there, I could show you. Okay, there you go. So now, already, I live out in the country. I told you yesterday, you'll see my other video. I don't live in the country no more. This place is a zoo. Everybody and their brother comes out here now. Hear that? I get to second gear, so we're not second gear. This thing definitely has a little bit more of a jerk to it. You hear that? There's that rev matching. I'm trying to explain to everybody. Your second gear. So yeah, no problem. Good torque. Yeah, I had to got a finger in the camera. Yeah. I don't know how I can get out of that. And poof! I'm back. I'm in the office. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed some of those videos of the content of me getting my first going in my Mustangs. And there's more to those Mustangs that I actually showed, like the GT350 and the Orange Fury, which I had the GT350 before I had the Orange Fury. Then the Orange Fury came the GT500. So, anyways, just wanted to kind of share with you the true beginnings of my channel. And once again, like I say, befuddled that it seems really weird now that I have 12,000 subscribers on how just the viewership just doesn't seem to get the hits. Yet, even though when I was so in the beginning stages in so many ways, I got the same amount of views. But the trick about YouTube is until you have 1,000 subscribers, you don't even qualify for money, ad money. And until you have like 4,000 hours of public viewing time in 1 year, you don't qualify for any money. So for the first, really, for me, it took me, I think, about 2 years. I'm just kind of guessing to get to 1,000 subscribers. It may have been a little over a year. Here, Kiefer. Kiefer is right now trying to crush a tennis ball. Yeah. So for me, what's incredible is for all the amount of time that I put into all those videos and all the work I put into those videos, initial days, it was all no money's made whatsoever. And now here's one of my subscribers, Mr. Sanchez. It's interesting. Sadly, he made the decision to unsubscribe to my channel because he was offended by me yesterday not bringing him up. And I'll be sincere with you. I totally forgot about Mr. Sanchez. And I don't think Mr. Sanchez is watching my channel. He's a motorcycle person. And that's what drew him to my channel was the motorcycle adventures. And yesterday he reached out and he was very disappointed that his name didn't come up and me recognizing my subscribers. But at the same time, he disappears. So Mr. Sanchez watching my channel. What's unfortunate for me is you disappear. Once the motorcycle adventures disappear, you don't really interact with my channel. So it wasn't anything deliberate, but he's offended by that, so he's moved on. And I just thought, wow, that just kind of unfortunate because every subscriber to me has value. And then he made the comment that, you said your YouTube channel wasn't about all the money. Well, I responded and said, for all the time and effort that I put in my channel, and I see others that do the same thing and they're making lots of money, I scratch my head, why wouldn't I be making lots of money? So that's what it's more about. If everybody in the YouTube community wasn't really making any money posting YouTube videos, I kind of get that. But once again, I've shared with you numerous times on how these people that talk the same thing every day of their life, of the gloom and doom, and it isn't to harbor on it, it's just for me to learn what's going on. Do I cross the bridge and do I sell myself out and just start pay people to be part of my community? And so anyway, so for Mr. Sanchez, sorry to see you go there, and maybe you'll change your mind and come back. But at the same time, I understand. I get it. It's just a social network, and for the most part, I don't think you like my content for the most part, besides just the motorcycle content. So if you don't see the motorcycle content, I just don't really think you're really excited about my channel. And that's the challenge as a YouTuber, is how do you bring people in and keep them entertained when you're all over the place like I am? And that's the challenge. I'm all over the place. But at the same time, I don't know. It's interesting to see as I grow my channel and I continue to be active in it, how I learn things more and more and what I get creative to make it get bigger. And that's the challenge. That's where I am. Because if you look at my channel, I was at 10,000 subscribers last fall. If everybody remembers that, I did the $20, $10, $20 mail out to anybody who wants a sticker, blah, blah, blah. And so if you think about that right now, so that's now like 6 months ago. So it took me 6 months to get 2,000 more subscribers. So basically, if I continue at the rate I'm going, another 6 months from now, I'll be 2,000 subscribers. So I would be at 14,000 subscribers. So if I want to get to 20,000 subscribers, I'm now realistically, I would be another 4 years. 4 years, I would have to say. If I'm gaining 4,000 subscribers a year times 2 would be 8. Yeah, so it would be 2 more years. It would be 2 more years of what I'm doing to get to 20,000 subscribers. And I'm out here complaining, just sharing ideas and views, but that's it. It'll turn into another very long video, and I know that. I talk a lot. I get that. And that's where, in some ways, that's a challenge. But in other ways, some people just like my conversation and like me to interact. So leave it at that. I just have a lot going on. And in this doing this, it takes away time from other things that have to be taken care of. So anyway, I'm not leaving the channel. I'm not going to quit making morning conversations. I may get creative on how I do the morning conversations, and I may just not do them every day of the week. I don't know. Or I should say Monday through Friday. So as always, appreciate everybody's comments. Oh, the camper. The camper was the toilet. So I got into the camper behind the toilet. I knew it. The fitting and the back end was not secured properly. And so I fixed the water problem on the camper. And I appreciate everybody's concerns at camper, but I'll never forget when they gave me the final key to own that camper. My sales lady goes, just so you know, if you have any issues with this camper, it's 3 months. And I was like, so think about that. If you went to go buy an RV and you were told up front that if anything's wrong with it after you buy it, it'll be sitting at the dealership for 3 months, don't you think that would scare people off? So that's the last thing they tell you. And it's huge. I know that. I've read articles. It's horrendous. It's stories you just can't believe of people buying RVs and having nothing but problems with them. And they just sit and they don't. I mean, so it's huge. It's a big problem in the RV industry. Just too many components. All right, that's it. Everybody have a great day. God bless. Stay safe. What am I doing next? What am I doing next?